Hey guys, what's up? Mike here again with another video. I'm tired. So in this video, it's gonna be I'm actually gonna be doing Detective Comics 7, 8, and 9. Um, Probably of all the Batman named books. Um, they did okay. Batman number 7, 8, and 9 did okay. So Batman number 7. This issue takes off after where we left off in the Iceberg Lounge with the reintroduction of the Penguin and all his shit. It starts off at the Iceberg Casino, the opening night, and you see um, Jill, the eye patch lady, beating shit out of Snakeskin. And he's just laughing, saying, he had to do it. It's this really weird moment of. She's like on drugs or something. She has a really fast, like, turnaround after her sister got stabbed or shot or whatever. So, you see Batman in the ice generator with Jill and holding on to her. Oh no, Charlotte. And holding her, and Alfred sends the bat sub crashing into these fans. There's a big explosion. He manages to get the girl out, um, Charlotte River, and he puts her, and they're gonna try to save her life. She's dying, I guess. So you see Snakeskin and his girl, and they have getting plastic guns to sort of go through security and kill the Penguin. And it seems that his face isn't, you know, doing his thing. His snakeskin face. I guess he's sort of like Clayface in the fact that he could change his appearance. He only could change his face, but it's not changing. It's just staying in this grotesque, really grotesque form. But he's gonna just head out. Um, so you see the Penguin and all these villains, and he's gonna hold their money for him. And he's like, "Oh, there's a bomb threat. We're gonna get out of here." Um, Penguin security's like, "We're gonna go hide out," and in their bunker. And Cobblepot tells them that, you guys, I'm holding your money. You guys can handle yourselves. And they're like, the villains are like, maybe we should just leave. He's like, should we trust the Penguin? So Batman puts Charlotte into a boat full of ice to keep her to induce hypothermia to keep her alive, and he heads back into the casino and decides to send to get Charlotte to the ER. So you see this really awesome splash. I think they did Tony Daniel, who's on our end story, did a really great job of sort of sort of showing Batman getting into swimming through the water, but at the same time, overlaying all these images. And the way that he did it is really interesting. Of who it was Charlotte's sister with the eye patch that he chased, who dropped the chip, who killed the weapons dealer who stole the C4. It's like, what is he doing? What's she doing with Snakeskin? That's the only question. Finally, a little detectiveness, I guess. um, Ever since the first issue. So you see on this guy Snakeskin look for the Penguin, and you see Jill managed to open the safes with this cyber glove, and he tries to take a shot at the Penguin, and the gun blows up in his hand, and Snakeskin goes down. And so I think he dies. His arm gets blown off. He's half dead, dying, and they're gonna go get Jill, who is at the safes, and Cobblepot's villains are backing out of the deal. So Batman sort of takes her down and says, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Jill is your sister. Your father's Mayor Hattie. Your twin separated birth. The whole thing." And he puts a bat tracer on her, and the villains manage to catch her. And these are really some B-list villains. Like, I don't recognize any of these jerks. So Batman just whoops up on them. He's like, "Hypnotic, you must be new. Radio waves don't work on me." He punches the dude in the face. He just starts punching everybody, and their C4 goes off, and Batman sort of escapes, and so do the villains. And you find out Jill's been working for the Penguin, that her job was to kill these villains so that he could keep their money. It's an assassination attempt. It was all snakeskin, but he decides that he's gonna kill Jill. But Batman busts in. He takes down Penguin's bodyguard. He saves Jill. Takes down the Penguin. Um, I don't know how he takes down the Penguin. Penguin just falls and hits his head and he gets knocked out. A little anticlimactic. But Batman arrests Jill, sends her to the cops, and oh, sleepy. She gets an attorney, and this guy comes in calling himself an attorney, but it's not. And he wasn't. high rise pops, and then you see his face sort of peel away. It says the Penguin says hello, and I don't know who this is. It might be Snakeskin, but he sort of died, and this guy has two hands. But that's where the issue ends. I guess so. Issue number 7 was okay, a little anticlimactic. What I do like about the reintroduction of the Penguin is the Iceberg Lounge. I really liked how it's a floating iceberg casino, like in the middle of the Gotham Bay. But they didn't really deviate too much. It's pretty much lackluster, not too great. It's all right. Not much else to say, but I'm gonna give it a 5. Tony Daniel's story. He's a good writer. It's like sometimes the stories are hit and miss. So that's the problem. But his art has been really solid. As I said, I really like his art. So 3 out of 5. So Detective Comics number 8. I actually really like the cover for this. It's really dynamic. It looks like it's just a moment frozen, and there's just sliding and falling against all these people. Really interesting. Um, so the issue starts off with Catwoman flying through the sky, running. She's falling to her death. She's a costume cat burglar. She's sometimes a vigilante. She's Batman's on and off dancing partner, as he says, and she's been hired to steal something, but he doesn't. That's not important. What's important is that she's tripping balls, I guess. What it looks like, and he's calling her, but Catwoman turns around and sees it's Poison Ivy who's trying to kill her, and Ivy's trying to help me. He's like, look into my eyes, but it's really Batman. He's like, she's been poisoned by fear gas, and he heals her. So this is actually just a standalone issue, just reintroducing I believe Scarecrow into the New 52. So she'll have so Batman, says, she'll have a hangover, but I have 45 minutes left. I guess it's 45 minutes to save the world. Um, so the Scarecrow sort of he has a hostage, and Batman has to play to save this hostage. So Scarecrow says he has an hour to do 3 things. Um, and find them. So basically, it's like find Catwoman, find out what she was stealing, who she's gonna meet, where, and it's find Catwoman, find out who was she meeting and where she was meeting them. And Catwoman wakes up and he asks her where she was taking the anti-fear toxin capsules, and she's like tripping, and he's trying to say who is it. Think, he's just yelling at her. He leaves her, and there's a really dynamic page. It's really like Batman jumping through Gotham, and he's upside down, but the writing's all right side up. So it's really really interesting the way Tony Daniel does it. So the mission takes priority, and the name Digger Jones, he's going after this guy. So he busts into this dogfighting show, and everyone flips out. Digger Jones, he's like Digger Jones now, and everyone points, and he chases after this dude. Batman starts busting through walls and shit, grabbing him. It's like, where are they taking this anti-fear medicine? And Batman does a classic interrogation, but he has these hungry dogs, and he drips meat all over Digger Jones. He's like, he's gonna let the dogs go. They're gonna do an experiment at an old private school. So Batman, Scarecrow contacts Batman. Is like, we make a great team now to get to the next. You've earned the next challenge. It's like, I know you're watching me, Scarecrow. Big mistake. So run. So Batman chases after Scarecrow, and Scarecrow lets him know it's like someone's stolen his recipe, and he's upset about it. That's why they're working together. You destroy my enemy, you get a criminal off the streets. It's a win-win. So Batman sort of beats the shit out of Scarecrow, and Scarecrow sort of releases his fear toxin. But Batman kicks him in the face, and we find out that there's this kid, and that this is where the kid is, and he can only be saved if Batman stops him. So he ties up Scarecrow and heads off to the location, the old private school. And there's a whole bunch of Scarecrow imposters patrolling, but he just beats them up. He busts in, and you see somewhere else. You see more of the Scarecrow. And you see Hugo Strange and this kid talking to Hugo Strange, his dad. And Hugo Strange's son tells him, and that, as we saw in Detective Comics, I believe 5 or 6, Hugo Strange's son, no, he's supposed to leave it, and Hugo Strange is like, you should get out now. And he's like, you're lucky I have connections, or you'll be in jail forever. Batman busts in and just starts beating kids. And he's like, where's the kid? I'm gonna kill you. He's like, where is he? It's like Batman realizes like the kid, it's him. Like the kid Scarecrow was talking about is Eli Strange, I guess. But there's no father. And Eli is a genius. He graduated at college at 10. All this stuff. He worked at the Pentagon. And Scarecrow's wrong about Eli being a victim. He's really the the intended victim was Gotham's. Eli was gonna mass produce fear toxins and spread it all over the city, but for what? So you see, there's an add-on to the end of this that is about the reintroduction of Two-Face into the New 52. You see some man crawling through, um, walking through an alley, and he's barely alive. And he busts in the door, and it's Mr. Dent. His face is half burned. He's bleeding, and they're trying to figure out what he's doing. And this is by Tony Daniel, and the artist by Szymon Kudranski. So you see Mr. Two Face. It looks like he's been shot. His face is all burned up. They're sewing up the wounds. And it seems like someone's gonna heal his mind. You see his coin, the fabled coin, the famous coin. So Dent talks about how it's always up to the flip of the coin, and you find out that um, they're asking Harvey Dent, like, they're torturing him, and they burn his face. These people asking what sign um the coin was at, and they're sort of torturing him. And oh wait, that's wrong. Totally wrong. Um, it's Dent and this whole other people. Harvey Dent is actually beating the crap out of someone else. And they're trying to figure out like what did they do. Um, you know, they're torturing someone, so you find out Dent let his coin. It's a little convoluted. I really don't want to try to think about and remember what happened. Um, yeah, it's just a big flashback about reintroducing Harvey to the world. But all in all, the issue at itself, number 8, is an interesting issue. In terms of the reintroduction of the Scarecrow and Two Face. And sort of Hugo Strange. In terms of everything about book, it's okay as a standalone issue. Doesn't really help promote anything. Really doesn't help set anything up because of the Night of Owls coming out. It's a little lackluster in my opinion. I hope Todd Daniel steps up his game. Like what happened in issue 1 really raised the bar for Detective Comics, and it's not great. It's been okay. Some issues have been really good. Some issues have been really bad, and which is I'm a little disappointed. Like not bad, but okay, mediocre. Which I'm a little disappointed in. But overall, it's okay. Not bad, not good. It's a 3 out of 5 for Detective Comics number 8. All right, Detective Comics number 9. Night of the Owls tie-in, which is a little interesting. Starts off on Arkham. It actually takes place on Arkham Island. You see the police letting you see these guys outside Arkham, sort of I guess staking it out or protecting it from anyone trying to break out. And you see Jeremiah Arkham, I believe, the warden, and you see Cash, Aaron Cash, the dude from Arkham City with the Arkham Asylum with the cannon. That guy's pretty cool. Um, but But overall, we say that there's assassins coming for Jeremiah Arkham. They want to put him in the safe room, but he says no. Arkham is sort of arrogant. No one can get on the island. No one can get off. Let Gotham sort out his troubles. Arkham, it's its own place. He needs to work on his patients. So you see him visit a couple patients. Victor Zaz, Steel Jacket, genetically mutated person whose bones are hollow. Um, Linda Furtawa or Fright. She's victimized. She was someone victimized by Scarecrow and Penguin. So she's had drugs with her body. We see Clayface, Nocturna, and then he gets Roman Simonis. So it sort of jogs him out of his mind. He wants to talk to him, and you see Roman Simonis is the Black Mass. So here Tony Daniel's introducing a lot of characters really fast. Especially Black Mass. He's like you know, he's like, you. He tells him, the doctor, he's like, you avoided me ever since you took my partner away for that joyride. Um, and he, I guess, is saying how Arkham put on the Black Mask, and sort of ran around committing havoc. So Jeremiah, so he's like, Romanus tells him they're not alone, and he flickers in his eye, and there's someone behind him. So Arkham turns around and tries to stun gun these assassins, and they start whooping up on him. And then Batman busts in, like guns blazing. Get the hell out of here. He can't hold them off. And Arkham blames Batman for leading these fiends into a sanctuary. And he's trying to tell them to get out of get out of Arkham. He knows their escape paths, hidden points. Choose one, get out. Batman's getting wrecked by these assassins. There's 3 or 4 of them. They're faster, stronger. They're always faster and stronger than Batman, which is annoying. So Cash gets taken out, and Arkham decides to try to escape. And he's like, Roman Simonis is his only hope. Black Mass is the only hope. So Arkham decides to give Black Mass back the mask. And what happens is Batman is getting choked to life, and he can't get out of it. And then the cell opens behind him, and it's Two-Face. Two-Face just starts killing these dudes. Clayface. So they get surrounded by tons of just villains. Inmates are free, but they're focusing on the Talons for some reason. Just everyone's focused on the Talons. They're all just going in, and Batman decides to escape. And then you see Black Mass, and he's you see this weird thing where he's just like in the panel just saying die, 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 die. And I guess they're trying to say that Black Mass has this sort of power to influence other people, and he's trying to affect Batman, and Batman's like, I'm not weak, and he sort of punches or stabs Romanus in the face with a batarang that sort of weakens his control. And then you see Arkham, who's opened all the cells in his room, and he's letting the Talons die, and then he knocks them under, and that the prisoners are under the control of Black Mass, who's controlling them, which is interesting because he has that power now. And then he fills the chamber with sleeping gas to knock them out. So he thinks one of the Talons busting in, but you see that when the door falls down, Talon's knocked out. Batman's behind them, and Batman decides to punch him in the face and take him with him. And you see Batman's Arkham fly off, and they need someplace to hide. And he talks to Nightwing and says that everyone's answered the call, just like find out when to meet him. And this night has just gone longer, which is really interesting. So part 2 of the book is actually another follow-up about Harvey Dent and just the whole Harvey Dent, just reintroducing Harvey Dent and his story. So it starts off with Two-Face just talking about this guy, Dominic Storano. And Two-Face has already been, I guess, Two-Face, or Two-Face has already been Two-Face, and this guy's the new DA. And Two-Face is sort of blackmailing this guy, and he has this coin, and he he flips it and he has it and it's scratch side up. So this guy's dead. Like, I guess Harvey Sword judged him already. So you see another the scene move to this tavern, and you see Two-Face sort of looking at Maurice. He's one of the drug dealers that was in the earlier Batman, Batman issue 6, but died. And he's hunting for people. And Batman and Two-Face is just starting shooting people, and he tries to escape, but you just see um, people with like limbs getting chopped off, and Harvey runs into these ninjas or something, and they kidnap him, and that's where it ends. It gets really, really, really weird. Batman number the whole story, Two-Face story. Um, I suggest so. All in all, issue 10, 9. As I said, Tony Daniels. Actually, issue 9 wasn't terrible. In terms of what they did, it's a Night of Alcyon. They did an okay job. They reintroduced Black Mass, which I like Black Mass as a character. He has powers now. I never knew he had powers. Not like just like if he did, let me know. But I always thought he was just some dude in a black mask. Um, he has powers apparently now, which is interesting. I like the new take on him. Overall, it's okay. Batman Detective Comics has been okay, which is depressing. I hope Tony Daniel's a good writer. He's a good artist. I like his art. Maybe he needs another writer with him to sort of revitalize things. But all in all, it's just a little lackluster on my part, I feel. So be getting a 3 out of 5. It's okay. It's not great. The whole Two-Face thing is really confusing. I got to sit down and reread it like once they're all out and just like, okay, now I get it. But all in all, Detective Comics is a little whatever. So all of them get 3 out of 5. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm a little tired. I have one more video coming out. I think I'm gonna do a Marvel book, or I'm gonna check what I have on the stack. But thanks for watching.